Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. The Sandman on his channel did a article about the so-called sex strike in America with the Roe versus Wade backlash, and I had a look around to see if I could find any information to see how it's going on. And the only thing I really found was this site. You can see it's GYOW, that's Going Your Own Way. This is a MGTOW concentric site, and it's like a blog with people giving their opinion. It's only 3 pages, I'm not going to go through it, but this is a link to John Paul Joseph Watson's take on the so-called sex strike, and it's quite entertaining and it hits a lot of truths. As you can see, people give their own opinion. Now, the sex strike is also coming along with further attacks on the MGTOW philosophy, namely from this one that I've found, Dispatches from the Manosphere by a guy called Miles Cleaver, which was done 11 months ago. And it's titled, Bitter Men Just Want to See Women Hit the Wall. Well, it's a journalistic hit piece that denigrates MGTOW and the philosophy and tends to give a leftish liberal view about MGTOW and telling us that we're all wrong and all the philosophies that we have is all wrong. We then learn that this solid wall appears to move at random. Any woman who ran into a wall would turn into a jug of milk and a man into a bottle of wine. It's a bit of a silly article. The guy really doesn't understand the whole concept of MGTOW or why MGTOW ever came across. It says, plenty of men look far worse at 40 than they did at 20, and countless women over 30, the upper age limit of femininity, of feminine appeal, often cited or desired, are seen as beautiful. True. But also a lot of women over 30, they just look like they're 50s. But anyway, this is a hit piece aimed at MGTOW and guys in general. But this one I found 6 years ago, May 21st, 2016, is really a good article, and it gives a balanced view, and it gives, as you can see, the title of Bachelorhood Under Attack. It's very supportive. It goes through all the things that we know about MGTOW, the red pill, etc. And it also has videos where supporting each article, and then it gives an explanation about the video that you've just seen. This guy has come across as a complete twat, as he really doesn't understand MGTOW, and this gives a backstory about what happened after this lecture, where he got slandered and roasted for it. And then if you go down, think about millennials, and 6 reasons why men are avoiding marriage. And then it says 80% of men are considered unattractive according to a study from OkCupid. So that means 20% of men are considered attractive, which means the 80-20 rule, which is as stable amongst MGTOW philosophy, that only Chads and Tyrones get all the best looking women. And then it goes down, and that's the article finished. But you notice these dates, 2017 or 5 years ago, all about MGTOW and feminism, etc. So it just shows that the establishment was seeing the dangers of MGTOW to threaten the status quo even back then. Now, also I found MGTOW is continuing to expand around the world, as I found this. MGTOW in Singapore, the MGTOW Singapore branch of the philosophy. There's not an article as such, but there's lots of photographs on it. They get quite addictive when you're reading through them, and they take up time, but whoops, not that one. This one took my eye. That is Courtney Cox without the makeup on, as she looks now at 57. I used to fancy her in Friends in the first 2 seasons of it, but look at the difference. That is just shocking. Anyway, as you can see, lots of MGTOW slanted, relatable things. I think this one is quite good. Single. Stress is now gone. Life's easier. I'll have to remember that. And it goes down. As you can see, there's quite a lot of slides. Some of them are quite interesting. Some really hit home. If the 2 richest men in the world couldn't keep their women happy, what makes you think you can? Bill Gates compromised and married an ugly woman, and she still left him. The only power that is permanent is the power to walk away. If she starts drawing shapes around her nips after sex, just get up and leave because a stupid ass question is coming. Around your nips? Yeah, well, I wouldn't know about that. A MGTOW man could never handle this chocolate if he isn't at least 6'5" and his dick isn't at least 13 inches, then he ain't about shit. Yeah, but what self-respecting man, even an African American, would want to go with her? Good Lord above. I'm furious because the guy who I rejected a few weeks ago started dating another girl. What can I do? How can he ignore my rejection and find another partner? Yeah. Silly woman. Men built the house, men built the society, men built the democracy, men built the countries, men built everything. Men lives matter, of course, and also men maintain the world. And it goes down and down and down, comes to an end, but as you can see, it gets addictive. Down, 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 and that's the end. Anyway, that's the Singapore branch of MGTOW. But apparently, MGTOW is part of the alphabet community. Well, I don't know about you, but my attitude is, thank you very much, but no thank you. I don't want to be a part of that group that would have me as part of that group. This is a bit of a silly article. It was written on July the 11th, 2022. And the only interesting thing is this from the Washington Post that I've covered in a previous video. There's 2008, when MGTOW more or less was started to get mainstream attention in the media, and you can see the MGTOW effect of young guys seeing the red pill and deciding that the best course of action was to look after themselves and build up their resources till they were ready to get married or into a relationship or whatever. And women just flatlined, and there's a 10% difference in people declining sex. And that apparently is the new MGTOW flag for the alphabet community. Is there a comment? You can read the comments later. And I finally found just one more thing. Has MGTOW actually accomplished anything? Well, apparently we've saved... Yes, it has. MGTOW not being an official movement. True, it's a philosophy. It's a way of life that has saved the millions of men. It has saved men's lives in 2 ways. Prevented many men from committing suicide because they kill themselves after a divorce, and has discouraged many men from getting married in the first place. But anyway, it's a bit of an issue, this sex strike. What it's going to accomplish is anyone's guess. I reckon it's not going to accomplish anything for a couple of days, and then people like her will jump back on the cock carousel if she's not a lesbian. But the attacks on MGTOW continue with this article. but this balanced article from 6 years ago gives a more realistic understanding of what's going on, and the government can't do anything about it. That's why they've launched a new assault on the philosophy, putting us together with the alphabet lot as MGTOW, Aero, the aromantic. But anyway, sorry it's not much this week, people, but I couldn't really find anything at all. But as you know, MGTOW is going global, and this is one of the results from Singapore. That means it's spreading through Southeast Asia now, where the bulk of humanity lives. And I think we're on the 10-minute mark, maybe a bit more. So that's it for this one, people. You know the routine: like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Completely up to you. So until next Monday, that's it. Bye bye.